You are good.
I'm good to go.
I'm good to go. You're
Let's
good to
go.
go. We're good to go. Are you guys good to go?
Let's go.
Here we are.
Let's go.
We are a year into this. It's our nomadiversary. Is that how you say it? Nomadiversary? I
That's
think.
close enough.
Good enough. You guys
Yeah.
understand what we're saying. It's Chris and Katrina with our everyday getaway, and it's been a year.
Wow. Right?
How amazing.
It has been.
This is a year in review, our mistakes and regrets.
Right.
And hopefully, you guys can learn something from this. Now, keep in mind when it comes to mistakes and regrets, it's going to vary. Everyone's going to be different. So, you guys that are full time RVers that have more experience than us, or maybe you're new to it, you may not agree with what we have to say. And what we say, we're not complaining. This is just how it's been for the last year.
Can I talk first?
She could talk later. Let me just talk. I'm going to go on a long. No, yes, she could talk. Go ahead and talk.
I want to talk about the RV because that kind of it stemmed from both of us, and then I was kind of the one that spearheaded finding the current RV that we're in right now.
Yeah, but
So
I'm a little confused. Where are we starting out from?
we're
Where are we
starting
starting
out
out
that
from? We're starting out with regrets?
yeah, I think we have. I think we made a little bit of a mistake. It's not a
Yeah.
regret. The mistake is we should have been more patient and just waited a little bit longer. But we got wrapped up and we got all excited about we're going to be on the road. We need a larger RV.
Yeah.
Chris wanted a diesel pusher, so I immediately, being myself, started looking and typing and trying to find a diesel pusher that we would both like and enjoy. And we found one, but it wasn't the exact model that I was looking for. And I kept going back to people saying, oh, well, you're not going to find the exact one. It's okay, blah, blah, blah. But now that I think about it, we should have just waited till we found that exact model because I knew which one it was.
We were transitioning from part timing to full timing. We knew we were going to get on the road, and we kind of rushed into the current rig we have now, which we
Right.
still don't have a nickname for.
No.
Haven't been able to come up with a
Womp womp.
nickname. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. But
Right.
so I still refer to it as the RV. But so we kind of rushed into that. Now I'm happy with the rig for the most part, and I would prefer something a little bit smaller.
He told me that I could go up to 38 feet, so
I don't recall
he did.
saying
He did.
that. No. Somebody wanted a half bath. So that being the case,
But I had a specific model that I wanted, and I did find some of those, but it was about $50,000 above our price range, so that wasn't going to happen.
I guess the point we're trying to say, and I don't regret the rig we have now. I
No.
love it. It's been great. We've had very few problems with it, thank goodness. If you're going to do this, make sure you're very thorough about researching your rig. We've talked about this before in other videos. Don't rush into it. Take your time.
And have it inspected, which we did do. We did
Well,
have
we
this
did.
one. We had this inspected.
Yeah, we had it inspected. So that's,
We did that.
yeah, make sure you inspect it. I don't know if it's a regret. Maybe
Okay.
it is.
I think it's a mistake only because some things have
A
changed.
mistake, yeah.
Well, some things have changed in this first year too. We did not think that our children, any of them, were going to want to travel with us on the road at all. Now, come to find out, our oldest daughter, her husband, and granddaughter, and soon to be second granddaughter, yay, have decided that they like to travel with us.
Mhm.
So it would have been nice if we would have had the bunk that came down over the front two seats. It would have been nice if we would have had the um, sofas or recliners and the sofa across that we could have the bed there and then the table for a bed. But we didn't know that was going to happen, so we weren't planning that way.
But that would be a mistake. Yes, I would say absolutely the mistake is
We should have
not
waited.
spending. We should have, but we got caught up in it, and we still knew what kind of rig we wanted, and we had flexibility there. So it's not like we just bought a rig that.
No, no, no. And the one that we have, we like Chris said, we really enjoy, and we, in that way, we don't regret it. But it might have been a mistake to buy it so quickly.
Well, let's talk about the emotional aspect of going on the road full
Okay.
time. Any regrets there? The
No,
emotional
You go
part
ahead
of
because you're the emotional one.
really,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, No emotional regrets there other than, leaving the family behind. I do regret not being around my family, especially the grandchildren.
And my friends, because Chris worked all the time. He didn't have a lot of
Just say it. I had no friends.
friends.
It's, it was true. It's sad. That's all we
so
did.
so here's the thing. We left all my friends. I had a ton of. I still do. They're still my friends. We go on the road, and now Chris has all these friends on the road. So,
Well, we
wow,
have we have
yeah,
all
it's
these
true.
friends on the road.
Uh,
We were just so busy working, doing
Not
what most
we.
of you guys do.
I was good with the going to
No,
the wineries and going to my friends' houses and hanging out
but we did work a
while
lot.
Chris worked.
So we did work a lot, and then you're
We did
raising the kids. So it really, for me, there wasn't a whole lot of time to.
socialize.
Katrina's my friend. She's my
A
only
friend.
friend. But
Okay.
that has changed on the road. So
Mm-hmm.
the regret would be family, leaving family behind. That is
And Katrina's
the
friends.
regret. That would be the only other thing I would think. That and not knowing. I'm more of a planner. I like
Mm-hmm.
to have some sort of structure when it comes to planning, and I would think the mistake would be for me not doing more planning. More planning.
Well, and not just more for me. It wouldn't just be the more planning because I do agree there should be some aspect of planning in there. But if you're going to plan to stay somewhere a month, then at least what we need to do a little better job of is to pick a place that there's a lot to do. We're in that location for a month. Twice we have picked a place, so we've stayed a month, and we've stayed there, and it's cost efficient and all that kind of good stuff. But there's not enough to do. We get a little bored.
So
We
I
get
guess
like we
that
get stir crazy after about 2 weeks.
so that would be a mistake then. I think a mistake is
Mm-hmm.
not when we get on the when we decide to go on the road, not planning farther out,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
having more of a plan structured in place. And I know a lot of you guys like to wing it, and that's cool, and that works for
I
some
like to
people.
wing it. I do.
Doesn't work for me. That's just how I am,
But
So
you know what? Maybe it would work for us better if we had a smaller RV.
maybe
That might you might be more happy
is
with
that
that.
a possibility in the future?
Don't think so.
Yeah. We're talking about mistakes and regrets. I guess a mistake would be not planning things out better
More
in terms
detailed. More
of
detailed.
where you're going to stay and how you're going to stay. Are you going to stay someplace for, a month? And if so, making sure that if you stay someplace a month, that there's something to do, right? Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I said.
We've stayed at a few places for a month, like Katrina said, but
There's
and
things
we
to
say,
do. Well, there's things to do there, but maybe not for a whole month worth of things to do, exciting things to do.
yeah, and so you have to weigh the pros and cons. We stayed someplace for a month, we saved money, but at the same time, there really wasn't a whole lot to do.
Well, here's the thing. We started this journey to go explore and see the country and enjoy life. So if we're just going somewhere and staying somewhere for a month to save money, then why are we doing this? It
Right.
doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
But
Just stay home.
but that gets back to you don't have to go out every day and see something,
No,
but you
not every day.
still would like to have something in place that if you're going to be there for a month, at least for us, that's the way we look at it. So some
Right.
people stay at campgrounds for a season. That's fine. But for us, we got into this to travel and see the country. I think we did that early on. Mistake was
What?
trying to go to a lot of places
Too
too soon,
fast.
too fast.
We started our journey last year, and we hit it. I mean, we hit the pavement running.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we were in Florida, but we weren't staying anywhere more than a week to 2 weeks, and 2 weeks is pushing it. It was more like a week or less,
Yeah.
and we were traveling, and then we had to come home for appointments, and then we just started traveling, and
That was a
wow,
mistake. That was
that
a
was a
huge
big
mistake,
mistake.
jumping around from place to place to place,
Hmm.
trying to cram everything in, especially in Florida because we wanted to see so
And
many
it makes
things.
it hard to plan that way too,
We were
because you're planning, and then every couple of days you have to go somewhere else. So that makes it more difficult too for planning.
so try not to get caught up in the thinking that you have to not, you have to go everywhere real quick, and that was a mistake on our part. And I think we finally started getting into a more
Get in the groove.
kind of have to balance it. On the one hand, we wanted to stay someplace longer, but Do you stay at a place that there's not much to do and you're kind of stuck there? It could be a little tricky, but yet you're saving money, but you can't go anywhere and do anything because there's nothing to see. So it's a bit of a conundrum.
True. Another conundrum is Katrina driving. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a mistake. That's a mistake. We found out the hard way.
It's a mistake.
Actually,
Oh,
there's
me not driving. Oh, okay.
there's two mistakes to come out of the gallbladder emergency issue that
That's
I
true.
had, and I'll put a link above the video about the emergency, not having Katrina, not getting Katrina, not having Katrina. Learn how to drive the rig.
Well, drive and everything that it takes to set it up, tear it down, put everything away. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't do that Chris does. I don't know how to do this properly. I mean, I could have had someone come out and help me. I could have figured it out. I could have done some research, but I don't know certain things how to do it, especially driving. And heaven forbid I had a tow. Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah, so that would
No.
be a big mistake. Both of us should know everything, top
True.
to bottom, front to back, everything. Whether it's just hooking up the hoses, leveling up the rig,
Hmm.
hooking up the tow vehicle to driving the vehicle, and she still needs to be taught how to drive the vehicle.
Really?
Just gonna
Please.
be tough. But that's a mistake. Yes,
It is.
it is a mistake. And another mistake would be uh,
Insurance.
the insurance. We have insurance, but we didn't realize this until after the fact. Till
It's extra health insurance. It's extra insurance for emergency services. Like if you need to be flown
yeah,
somewhere and your insurance, your regular insurance, does not cover that, then this would cover that. And from what you understand, it's very reasonable for what you're getting.
yeah, there are options out there. If you do a little research, I'll put some links down below. You want to look into, and we took it for granted because we didn't think anything like that was going to happen to us. We're still young. We thought we were in good health, fairly working out well, and lo and behold, that happens. We're out in the middle of nowhere, and I have to take a jet flight. A 6-hour drive away. A jet flight was about an hour flight, 30 minutes to an hour flight. I can't remember off the top of my head,
Hmm.
and that's a big expense. And
Yep.
if insurance can't cover it all, or if you have no insurance, there are programs that you can buy that will cover that. And you may want to look at, had we known, we may have bought that just to have it in our back pocket in
Again,
case.
it was a mistake that we didn't look into that or think that
We didn't think it was going
far
to
into
happen.
the. Yeah, we didn't think so.
We
So
didn't. So
yeah.
another mistake would be taking advantage of state parks and memberships. Now,
Hmm.
for us, we're on a tight budget, and it's important to try to save wherever we can. State parks are a great opportunity to save some money.
And they're beautiful. For the most part, we haven't been in a state park so far that we did not like.
No,
No.
not one. And
Yeah.
we can't say the same thing about
So,
Thousand Trails, but
well, let's take, for example, we were in Colorado for a couple months this year, and we only stayed at one state park. Looking back, that was a big mistake. We should have made plans to stay as much as possible at the state parks while we were there, and
yes,
we did not
we did not take
advantage of that.
advantage of staying at state parks because it wasn't until we got about 6 months into this that we looked back and went, state parks are phenomenal. They're
Right,
great.
and
Now,
by that time, they were already taken. We couldn't get reservations, so that was our problem. It's not that we didn't want to, but by the time we figured we love state parks, it was too late. They were booked out.
right. So we're looking to take more advantage of staying at state parks in the
Hmm.
future, without a doubt. That's going to be our first go-to
Yes,
when it comes to making reservations, and then we'll work our way from there. But
I agree.
we also have the Thousand Trails membership. We're still up in the air as to whether or not that's a mistake.
We've actually, the last couple ones that we've stayed at have actually been very, very
Yeah.
nice. We're happy, happy, happy. The first two we were at, not so much. So when you look back at our video and you're like, wow, they've really changed their mind on the whole Thousand Trails thing. That's because we had only stayed at a few, three, by the time we did that video, and two of them were terrible. Now recently, the last couple ones, and the one we're at right now, great.
The one in
South Carolina, Fair
Fairplay,
Play.
Fairplay, South Carolina, and the one at
Needs
Gettysburg
a little bit of work,
were
to say the
brutal.
least.
But once we worked our way out west, the one in Indiana, the one in Wisconsin,
Hmm.
Colorado, and now here in Lake
Texas.
Conroe. So Blue Mesa Recreational Center in Colorado, Lake Conroe, it's Conroe?
Hmm.
Lake Conroe here in Willis, Texas. The one in Door County up in Wisconsin.
I cannot think of the name
Can't
of
think
that
of the
one.
name. I'll
It's
put it
okay.
down below right here. And then the one in Indiana. They were all very nice. They did a really
Yes.
good job. Very happy with them. And so we've kind of, I'm still on the fence because we're waiting to see how things play out
Right.
through the course of next year
Hmm.
because we do have reservations and plans made to stay at many thousand trails. So we're going to see how that goes.
Hmm.
But it didn't start out good. But I guess we would say that the mistake would be what is we don't know if that's a mistake yet.
A mistake
Is that
buying the Thousand Trails
well? Do you think
package.
right now Thousand Trails is a mistake?
Right now, I do not, but
Yeah.
it depends how we're going to travel in the future. If we end up staying at more state parks, then we really don't need the Thousand Trails package.
The mistake would be not staying at more state parks
Hmm.
and not boondocking more.
Right.
And I really believe that, you know,
Can we talk about that a second, the
sure,
boondocking thing? Okay.
boondock,
So
yeah.
you don't have, we've talked about this before, but you don't have to have all the bells and whistles to boondock. You can boondock on just your standard things that come with your RV. We did that for almost 2 weeks. I'm not going to say it was easy, but we did it.
It's not a regret, but a mistake would be not boondocking more, especially if you go out west because it's easier to boondock when you get out west. There's more BLM land, more land available. So I think a mistake would be not including that in our travels.
Hmm.
So yeah, another regret, and there's there's nothing you can do about it.
Is that a
There's no,
regret?
it's a regret.
It's a regret. Okay.
Is not doing this sooner. I think I can speak for, but we really enjoy this.
So we talked about going RVing when the kids were younger, and we just never found the time to make it happen.
We wanted to do it. We thought it would be fun to do, even though we had really no experience
True.
doing it. But it was just one of those things that we would always put off. You know, if you're thinking about doing it and you're hesitant about doing it, just do it. Take the kids out there, let them see the country, let them see the different areas of the country and maybe some different cultures and different history. So that, let them see it, smell it, feel it, get a hands-on appreciation for it, uh, and just do it. Try to find a way to make it happen. Don't look. You don't want to look back like I do and go, man, what a mistake, because I think the kids would have got a kick out of it. It's one thing to read it in a book. It's another thing when you get out there and see it. It
Hmm.
makes it real. There's a connection there. Let your kids see it. I don't care who you are, where you come from. This is a beautiful country. This is a great country. Get your kids out there, let them see it, let them experience it firsthand. And that would probably be my biggest regret because we really enjoy traveling the country and meeting people. Well, another regret would be not being more prepared for internet access.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Although we're not as reliant on it as others who work full time from the road.
Well, and here's another thing, because we knew nothing when we started this whole journey. When you read on the campgrounds and some of these RV resorts, they'll say free internet. Yeah, that's a little stretch of it. We took that for okay, we're going to get internet when we get there, and it's not the case.
Yeah, and we had a couple hot spots. We basically had two hot spots, and they were okay. But if you use that up too soon, you know,
Right.
you got to wait. You get throttled back, and you have to wait until it gets reset. So I think that would be a mistake or a regret not having. Um, we have Starlink now, and so far it's been great. And we have the hotspots. So between those two things, that's all we need, and we're good.
Hmm.
I think if you're going to go on the road, if you're working full time, you're going to need something pretty stout, something serious. But if you're kind of casual like us, and it's still nice to have some sort of basic package, and that can vary depending on what you want. If you want to go out and get Starlink, that's great. If you want to go out and get another system, that's great. I think you should at least have something set up
Oh,
in place
definitely.
so when you hit the
Yes.
road, don't count on campground Wi-Fi. it's not that great.
We've had actually cases too where we've stayed at campgrounds and they said, for $5 more, $10 more, you can upgrade it. But the problem is we couldn't even connect to it to begin with, so we couldn't even upgrade it. Just made things very difficult.
I think if we had a better system when we got on the road,
Would have made our life a
it
lot
would have made it a
easier.
little easier early on because we were making some trips to cafes and Panera Bread.
It can be stressful. I mean, this whole life is supposed to be about,
Less
enjoying life and
stress.
less stress. And it was stressful. Where can we go? We got to find out somewhere. We did spend a lot of time at Panera. We did.
Yeah, Panera or the local cafe, whatever we could do
Mm-hmm.
to get some sort of,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi service. But
Yeah.
that would be another, I don't know if regret or a mistake.
It's a mistake. It's
It's
not a regret. It's a
right. It's not a
mistake.
regret. We haven't had a lot of regrets,
No.
and we haven't had a lot of mistakes. And I think it's important to focus more on being positive. Other than the airbag failure and the
Antifreeze.
no, not the coolant system
Oh,
hose
sorry.
leak,
Coolant.
we really haven't had a lot of issues,
No.
and we've been very lucky.
I mean, Chris is an issue.
Oh yeah, most definitely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. That's what I do best. At the campgrounds we stayed at, the vast majority of them have been decent
And
to nice.
our neighbors have been great.
Our neighbors are great.
We haven't found except for the dog incident, we haven't had any kind of issue at all.
We don't have. We've yet to
No.
have issues. It's been a year. We've yet to have any issues with being kicked out of a campground.
So
Our
far.
our neighbors who are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Are many of these other horrible experiences that you hear about. Now maybe we've just been lucky and fortunate, and maybe that'll change.
People staying up late and loud music. None of that.
This first year has been phenomenal. We've met some great people. They're now friends. It's been more than we could possibly ask for. There
Yeah, it
hasn't
has
been
been.
a whole lot to complain about, so you don't really see a whole lot of drama from us because we don't want to
We've probably
focus on
had
it.
our biggest drama for us. Probably we've had some health issues. That's been our biggest drama. But that's our personal. Would have happened
Yeah, that had
on
nothing.
what would have happened on the road, or would have happened had we been home
Home,
in our
yeah.
sticks of
Either way,
bricks.
it had nothing to do with the
No,
RV
no,
lifestyle. Nothing.
no.
It was just timing.
Yeah.
And so we've been. I don't know. I'm telling you, man, it's been great. And just meeting the people alone, just that has been fantastic.
Chris
The
is happy because he has new friends.
Chris is happy because he has some friends now. We've met some family on the road as well that we normally wouldn't get a chance to see and to meet. And it's been we really love this lifestyle. It's been great, and we highly recommend it for any of you. If you're even thinking about it, it's great. It's not perfect,
Yeah,
but
and even if you just want to do it for a year or two, don't think that you have to do this forever. I mean, just get out there, do what you can do what you can afford.
yeah, sometimes, you know, Katrina and I wonder if we're lucky because we've had almost no drama, none whatsoever. And sometimes when you're out there in the YouTube universe, there could be a lot of
There's a lot of
drama.
drama.
It makes you wonder whether it's worth getting into this lifestyle because you would think that there are constant problems over and
True.
over and over again. And I guess we've just been lucky. We've had no problems with neighbors. We've
Oh,
had no
now we're going to
problems.
have problems now that you're talking about this.
Well, if we do,
Oh,
we'll
jeez.
we'll let you guys know about it. But to be honest with you, it's been great. It's been fantastic. We've met subscribers. You guys have reached out to us. We've talked to you guys. We've met you guys, and you've helped
Well,
us
people that
out.
we would have never met had we not started this channel. So if the channel was gone tomorrow, we would still have met
Friends.
all these great people. So that is awesome.
So despite the regrets, which are few and
And
far
mistakes.
between, and the mistakes,
Just much more positive.
and if you're thinking about it, you really should do it. The
Always
mistakes have been few and far between, as have the regrets, few and far
Right.
between. It's just not really a lot. It's just, I don't know what to tell you guys other than it's been fantastic.
Well, and
It's been great.
yeah, and if they are mistakes, they're small mistakes. They're nothing major.
Yeah, little
Right.
things that,
Right,
So
yeah.
that is our year in review when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to mistakes and regrets. And like I said, it's not a lot, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And hopefully you learned something from the video. And if you have any mistakes and regrets that you want to let us know about, please leave them down in the comment below. Tell us about it. Let us know.
We'd like to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a thumbs up. Helps out the channel. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
If this is your first time here and you liked what you see, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell.
You like what you see?
Hit that notification bell.
Yeah.
You'll be notified every time we release a video. If you're a regular subscriber,
thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. We really do appreciate
do.
the support. It's been tremendous. It's been fantastic. This first year has been filled with a lot of great memories
True.
and great people and friends.
Absolutely.
And it's been incredible.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all good.
There you have it.
There you have it.
Anything else?
I think you covered it pretty much.
Yeah, I think we kind of covered it, guys. We want to end on a positive note.
Yep.
Remember, guys, any day you can get away is a great day. You guys take care.
Take care, guys. See ya. Bye. Because we have a large package and we wouldn't need that. We'll see what happens. Membership. We have a large membership. Big plan.
Big plan. Going places. Seeing things. Can you see it? It's amazing.
Oh boy.
It's remarkable. Could you sit a little closer to me, please?
Well, because I'm in the middle
Could
of
you
the
sit a
chair.
little closer? I asked you to sit closer to me. I didn't ask you to sit away.
Oh,
I said
thought you-
I want you to sit a little closer.
I'm close to you. How much closer you want me to get?
A lot closer.
That's a lot of mistakes. Wow. How do we do that?
We
We.
hanging out with Chris and Katrina.
I guarantee you, when you edit that, you're going to be like, oh my God, Katrina, I got so much stuff in here. It's 20 minutes and I got to get this